Shelby Bonnie. I'm the host of the Innovator Series, brought to you by Technology for Obama. I'm here with Drew Houston, who's the co-founder and CEO of Dropbox. And a lot of big Dropbox fans here, and one of the companies that's kind of grown into a really major force, I think, both within the industry and also for a whole bunch of consumers in their lives. So it's a great pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
So we've talked a lot about innovation. We talked about some of the history of Dropbox. I'm curious, kind of shifting gears more to kind of the coming fall election. If you care about innovation, which clearly you do, why does this election matter?
Well, I think you look at the tech industry, and that's one of in a country and in a sort of a global environment where there's such upheaval, and the tech story is one of the shining stars, and that has just happened, or a lot of that is really centered in America, and that doesn't just happen. And just because it's happened in the past doesn't mean it'll remain here in the future. And so I think we're at a pivotal time where we need to make sure that we preserve that culture, make sure that we continue to sow the seeds for all the innovation that we want to continue happening here.
And have you had the chance to visit with the president at all?
I have. One of the great things is he's had an open ear and spoken a lot with various tech entrepreneurs and created venues where we can talk about the things that we think are really important to keep in mind to keep the country competitive.
And what kind of things, and when you have the chance to sit down with the president, what are the types of things that are on your mind in terms of things that he and the U.S. government ought to be focusing on?
Yeah. Well, our business and any business that has any kind of innovation, core to that are getting really great people into the company. And among the great people that we need are really talented engineers, people who've studied math and science, and really being able to draw from a talent pool all over the world. I'll give you one example, which is my co-founder. His name's Arash. His parents immigrated here from Iran. He's a first-generation American. And one of a situation we hear about all the time is, in this environment, it's unclear whether his parents, if they were around today, would have been able to come into the country. And actually, this was a question I asked the president, which was, help me understand how a country like ours can manage to attract all these brilliant people from all over the world, and then how come we have so many situations where we educate them, tell them everything we know, and then don't have a home for them here and send them back to their country to now compete with us. There's a lot of moving parts to that, but it's definitely been good to know that it's an issue he's paying attention to.
Yeah, and it sounds like he is paying attention to that. Yeah. Well, good. And so is this the first campaign you've ever been involved with?
It is.
I think for a lot of people who haven't been involved, what kind of got you, what made you think, like, this is something I want to be involved with?
Well, I think, a lot of the work that I do really revolves around Dropbox and trying to make it a great company and have an impact. But when you sort of step back and think about, we've benefited from this great environment where we can build this innovative company, and there's this whole ecosystem around us. And we sort of take for granted America being great in all these ways. But we have a lot of challenges in terms of education and just broader competition globally. And all of these things, which will require a lot of work to either fix or preserve, that where again, we kind of take it for granted that America is a leader in various areas. And
so this is a place you want to get involved in making your contribution?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, it's great. And I think, irrespective of people's party leanings, it's great to have good, smart people like yourself involved. So pleasure and thank you on behalf of everyone. So we look forward to talking to you more. So thank you, Drew.
Sounds good.